Hello everyone and welcome back to All the Mods 9, Episode 8, where we've got a couple of things we want to get done today, one of which is going to the Twilight Forest, and the other of which is explaining to you what I'm wearing and why. let's get into it. So, you may notice I look a little bit different here, like I've got some sort of like green serape that I'm wearing, and I've got gray armor instead of blue, and you might think to yourself, boy, he was busy in between episodes. I really wasn't. So, what all this is, if you go take a look here, first of all, is the cosmetic armor. So I'm still wearing my same Imperium armor, but I did pull out all this compressed iron stuff to use on the actual cosmetic armor slot. So you basically can make your armor look like whatever you want, and you can turn it on or off, depending. So like I could be completely bald or whatever with my little scarf there. This scarf, by the way, is actually something that I found when I was out wandering around in between episodes. It's a lucky scarf that applies an extra level of fortune to mined blocks, which is kind of fun. It looks so goofy. I'm just going to go ahead and toggle the visibility off. There, that's much better. It's now I look at least passably normal. I'm going to try and find some better looking armor to put on this over the Imperium, because I do like the blue, but I like the way this armor looks, though. So, we'll keep it as is for right now. A little bit of work on the inside. I added another pot over here. I added 2 of these boxes. Don't open these. Ghosts are inside. No, really. Trust me on this. But one of the things I do want to take a look at here is the book. So this is, of course, the Spire of Support, and we're going to be looking at a couple of comments that were left in the last couple of videos. Typically, I'm doing this every couple of episodes because I normally record 2 episodes back to back and then edit and upload during the week. So that's why if I seem like I'm like an episode behind, that's why I'm an episode behind. It's because I'm recording 2 and then getting those edited for the week and then going about my business. So I'm not really behind. I'm just in your past. if that's a thing. So let's go over here to the comments. So recent comments on my videos. So Danville Clark over here had originally asked me if I could up my GUI settings so that y'all could actually see what was going on. I like my GUI settings fairly small, but I can understand why, especially if you're like watching it on a phone or a tablet. You can't really see what's going on as far as when I pull up JEI and go look at different stuff. So he says, I hope the larger GUI is not driving you crazy because we can see what you're doing now. Thanks. So yes, it's not driving me as crazy as I thought it would, which is nice. So it hasn't driven me completely around the bend just yet. It is kind of hard to get used to the GUI being this big for me, because normally I've got it about half this size, but I get what you're saying, so which is why I was like, yeah, I can totally do that. So so next on the list here, we have a comment from someone else who I've never met before, Zirin Van Houten. Zirin, welcome. Good to have you here. Short tutorial for the Create mod to pull lava from cauldrons. Here's the link from Zirin. Very cool. Thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it. And then Oni types in with, Sir, did you just set up digital storage? He says, Sir. It sounds like he's pulling me over. Sir, did you just set up digital storage without prompting and without help? Oni-san is so proud. I can occasionally learn new things, yes. It's rare, but it does happen. Pipes will do it. Just come out of the bottom of the cauldron. And the thing is, I tried that, and it's not working. So I don't know if it's something that is, like the pipes mod hasn't been updated correctly for all the mods 9, or if it's something that they just took that functionality out, or what exactly it is. But that don't work. It pipes in any direction, sides, tops, bottom, anywhere else. Pipes do not pull out of cauldrons. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on there. So I'm still using the whole manual, the manual system, which is kind of, bleh. But hey, at least it works for right now. So excellent comments. Keep them coming. Thank you so much for those. Those go into the Spire of Support, into our first book here. Remember, we have 3 more books, so I've got plenty more room for more comments. So keep them coming. I did clean things up a little bit. So you notice we've moved a bunch of our workstations out of the middle of the room. We've got them over here. I've still got the signs up. I'm still going to do something with those. But we've got all of our chipped mod stuff. We've got all of our normal work blocks. We've got all of these different cutters and everything. I also made the modification table for the mining gadgets. We might get into that. And then also a schematic table for create. So those are just sort of, they're neat looking blocks. They're kind of placeholders for other things, but I wanted symmetry. So symmetry with that side would be, this here. So I put that over there, and I think it works out pretty well. So, and then in here, we've added in a third furnace because we are now using a wireless heat receiver in each of these, so it doesn't need to be fueled anymore. So back here, you notice we've got a wireless heat transmitter that's hooked into our lava system that transmits heat to those 3 furnaces off of this. So basically the lava is, the magnetor is powering this, which it powers these in turn. So these no longer need to be fueled. We're just using these heat receivers, which is really, really nice. You may notice this is disconnected. The reason, and yet this is still working. Reason for that, I made some solar panels. Yeah, I know. I made solar panels because they're just so much more efficient and so much easier to work with and so much less resource intensive. And I don't have to worry about trying to, figure out a way to hook all this stuff up using a mod I've never used before, which is create. So there's all of that. So basically all this is doing right now is basically powering my furnace array, which we've got out here. And that's pretty much it. The solar is taking care of everything else, because everything else, like literally with 3 of the basic solar panels from Powah, it runs this whole system. It runs all these blocks, plus our charging station, plus our oven upstairs too, that I actually made a heat exchanger for, that you can sort of see it under there, which is kind of upsetting, but oh well. Which you can see this is actually now powered. It has the heating unit built into it, so it can accept electrical power. So the solar panels I've got out back there, that I've got like 3 of them, just over, oh my God. Are you kidding me? Give me a second. So yeah, we've got all of that set up. So I feel like we've moved into the wonderful world of automation quite a bit now with getting these set up and getting those set up. Still got our old ones over here because I just, they're neat. I kept them, but we've got all of that set up. Plus I've also got like a battery back behind there so that when the solar that's dragging power down isn't actually actively charging all of this stuff, it's just charging the battery so it runs overnight if I don't sleep. So works out pretty well. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with all of this. And if you'll notice, we've got a little setup back here where all the chip stuff used to be with my parrot. This is the parrot we don't talk about. So we've got this all set up because we're going to be going to the Twilight Forest today. So I wanted to make this room into like a Twilight Forest room. I was thinking about actually having all of my portals be in the spire, but the Twilight Forest is such a like happy looking portal dimension thing. I figured it needed to be in here versus like the dark, dank, evil blah we've got in the spire over there. So yeah, so that's what's going on over there. And then also I made this from Supplementaries, which is a notice board that basically has a to-do list in it. So episode 8, our to-do list is the Twilight Forest, end busting, and a jetpack. So let's start in the middle. We're going to start with the jetpack. Notice I've actually already created a wood jetpack over here to get us started, basically. So if you go over to the mod that is included with this, that's called Iron Jetpacks, you'll see there's a bunch of different jetpacks that we can do. The wood one is very, very simple. It takes like the wood thruster, a strap, a wood capacitor, and these are all fairly easy to make. They usually take like redstone and wood. The coils take like iron. I mean, it's pretty... It's not very resource intensive, especially if you are, like me, growing iron downstairs as well as growing redstone. So as long as you've got a source of iron and redstone, you should be fine. But the iron jetpack, or excuse me, the wooden jetpack, if you put it on, and it goes on your body slot over here, by the way, in your curios, which is really nice. You don't have to sacrifice armor for it like the mechanism jetpack does. So notice we've got on the left-hand side there where it says 20k FE, EH off and off, so H is hover, so we've got that on and off, and then E is engine on or off. And it only holds 20,000 FE. To give you an idea how little FE that is, let me take a nap and I'll show you. This is how little FE this is, so I need to turn hover on. So if Notice how quickly that's going down over there. And if we hover, it goes down just as fast. So 20,000 FE, not a lot of FE. Not enough to trust this with my life. This is just sort of like your starter getting used to Jetpack. So we need something a little bit better than that. Luckily, we have a lot of resources now, and they're very easy to get to. So we can actually make the next couple of stages of this jetpack very, very easily. So if we go over here to our crafting, our wireless storage grid, we've already made all of these. So we can go ahead and take these off of here. So if we go over here and look, we've got a number of different things that we can do here. So obviously, can't make the creative, but we've made the wood, and now we can actually upgrade to something else, which I think iron is probably the best way to go. So if we go take a look at our iron jetpack, we need 4 bits of iron. We need just our... looks like we need a copper before we get to the iron here. Oh, okay. Well, then we'll make a copper one. So copper one, you need the wood. So you go wood, copper, iron, and then we can go into like diamond and emerald. Emerald is the super uber jetpack with 48 million FE built into it. Diamond's not bad with 30 million. And then there's platinum, which is 36 million. Which is your tier 4 jetpack. So I think these are both tier 4. Yeah, both the diamond and the platinum are tier 4. I might just go with platinum. Although I've got a ton of emeralds. I mean, emeralds are like candy at this point. So so we need to actually build all of this stuff to get there. So let's go ahead and actually we'll pull our wooden jetpack off. And we'll go over here and take a look at this copper one. So we need a copper thruster. So let's pin that. We need copper capacitor. Let's pin that. So the copper thruster takes all this stuff. So it takes a furnace, basic coils, copper ingots, and a copper energy cell, which takes more coils. So we need 4 coils there. And then we need 3 more coils. So we need 7 basic coils. So we go over here and do this. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's our basic coils. Now we can go over here to our copper capacitor. We need to make 3 of these. So 1, 2, 3, boink. So now we can go ahead and make our copper capacitor. There's that. And then we go over to our copper thruster, and we need a furnace. So let's go ahead and make a furnace real fast. And then we should have enough for all of this. Yep, copper thruster. And now we should just be able to go copper jetpack. What are we missing? Oh, we need a second copper. 1, 2, 3, 4. Always forget that. Need 2 of those. So... And ta-da, we have a copper jetpack. Fantastic. Which has, it's still a tier 1, so it's not fantastic, but it has 250,000 FE versus 20,000 FE, which means it lasts about 10 times longer. So it gives you like 3 minutes of constant thrust, which is pretty good, but still nowhere near where we want to be. So we need to start thinking about going into the iron and everything else down here. So let's go ahead and check out our iron jetpack and basically just sort of repeat the same thing. We're going to make the energy cells, we're going to make all of the different stuff, put it all together, and just basically upgrade until we get to something that I want to keep. So let me do that, and I'll be right back with you. And after some crafting, we have ourselves an emerald jetpack. I decided once I got to platinum, I was like, you know what, why not? Let's take another step. Let's just go up 1 more and get the emerald jetpack on here. So emerald jetpack, tier 5, 48 million FE that this thing can hold. 48 million. Alien with an M. That's a lot of FE that can hold, which is perfect for what I've got set up for a little bit later here, which is going to be number 3 on our list, which is end busting. So we want to go out to the end, find a couple of end cities, get some stuff out of those. Like an elytra. I obviously want an elytra just because, well, it's an elytra. I want it. But also we need to get some blocks and some loot and all this other stuff from the end cities, which is awesome. But we needed something to actually be able to fly around, because if you remember, my end spawn was not great. After I had finished with the dragon, it spawned me like maybe 1,000 blocks to the southeast, and there was nothing around us. So we've got quite a flight coming up to get around that. So that's number 3 on there. But number 1, I should say, is actually the Twilight Forest. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to leave our jetpack here to charge, because it's going to take all of the FE that is currently being generated upstairs to be able to get this taken care of. So if we go ahead and put this in here, notice it'll start charging, and this will go all the way down, because it's gonna be charging a while. So one of those where I'll probably like go off AFK and have dinner and then come back, and it'll still be charging, but it'll at least be closer. So we're going to go to the Twilight Forest. So I think, if I remember the Twilight Forest correctly, I think I've got this set up right. You need a minimum of like 4 block spaces with flowers on every side. I think this will work. If not, we'll just have to dial it down a bit. But we need a diamond. Perfect. And we should just be able to throw this, just chuck this in, and it will create the portal. Let's find out. Boy, I'm good at this game. There we go. Oh, no! Oh! Oh, no! The parrot we don't talk about. We really aren't going to be talking about now. I didn't realize that was going to happen. I'm so sorry, parrot I never named. I'm... Well, uh-oh. I can't even mourn. Well, welcome to the Twilight Forest. And of course, the first thing we had to do was create a grave for our parrot. He died so that others may loot. Well, he's not getting any deader. And if we look on our journey map here, we're going to see there's a couple of different things. One is this over here. I know what this is. This is actually where the first boss, quote unquote, of this particular dimension lives. It's the centipede-looking thing. I really can't describe it. We'll have to get a scope. Look at it. And then we got this over here that I'm not entirely certain what this is. So I want to go take a look at it first. And then we'll go see about getting that boss. Oh, I love these trees. This tree is so cool. It's just like giant oak tree. We may have to just live in this tree. I may have to actually make myself like a little base in the tree and then have a path that comes over here. Do we have deer? Oh, you're so cool. You're so cool. You do run away from me, though. Okay, and it's probably a good idea. I'm here to like loot and pillage and plunder your entire dimension. Running away from me, probably not the dumbest thing you could do. Oh, it's so cool. It's a chickadee. You're so cool. Sorry, I'll get out of your way. Okay. Sure. Give me another one. Green. Lime green. Oh, you're out. Okay. Wait. What? So it gave me 4 colors of wool. Okay. I'm not upset. I'm confused, but I'm not upset. Mycelium. Ooh, that's the first time I've seen mycelium so far. Let's grab some of this. Now, with this armor and this sword, this should not be a difficult fight. If it's what I'm thinking it is. Yep, there's the Naga. Okay, so it is what I'm thinking it is. Oh, I love these bricks and blocks and stuff. I want them all. Give me. Sneaky snake boy, where you at? There's a sheep in here for you. I'm not... Oh, there he is. I can see him on the map. Where are you? There he is. Oh, he's been busy over here. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, this thing, he like does no damage. Meanwhile, I'm just wrecking him. Come back here. Come back here. Ow. Ow. Jerk, come here. Ow. Ow. Oh, he's mad. He mad. We almost got him, though. We've taken no damage. God, I love this armor. So much. Ah, and he's dead. That's it. Yep, there goes. What did we get out of that? So we have now beaten the first boss of the Twilight Forest after being here for 5 minutes. So what did we get out of that? We got... Not a lot, it looks like. So let's put a bunch of this stuff away. We didn't get much, unless they dropped something somewhere and I didn't see it. I suppose that's possible. Oh, there it is. Chest. What's in the chest? Ooh, Naga scale. More Naga scales. And a Naga trophy. So cool. So how's this? It's the Naga trophy look on my head. Oh, I've got to turn off. I'm going to take this off. There we go. I want you to subscribe to Kusamoto. There are cicadas in this pack. That's awesome. That's so cool. Cicadas just hanging out up there. Neat. Alrighty then. Well, now that we have destroyed the wildlife here and wrecked the guy's house and, made an endangered species even that much more endangered, let's build a house! I'm going to go ahead and actually do exactly what I thought I was going to do. I'm going to make my house into this tree, and just so we've got a place for, just basically to hang out while we're here in the Twilight Forest. So, yeah, oh my goodness, what is that? That is amazing. Okay, we're going to have to go see what that is, too. House first. House first, food, water, shelter, and then we'll deal with whatever that is over there. It's now been a number of days since that last clip that I recorded because life got in the way. I do apologize for that. What have I been doing in the last couple of days? Well, not a lot, actually. I've just sort of been waiting for my Jetpack to charge because it takes a long time to charge 48 million off this charging station that we've got here. But I did a little bit of work off camera. Obviously, you can see I'm back in my blue armor because I liked the gray, but I think the blue just looks better. And I turned the the scarf back on, so I just find it amusing. And also I found kitty slippers. These things are great. So the idea with the kitty slippers is, let me show you what exactly happens. So first of all, creepers run away from you, which is awesome. But secondly, if we take off the boots here and I take damage, let me just run up here. I'll show you real fast. So if I take damage, listen. That's right. The boots actually make noises when you take damage. Like if you walk over magma or something, they just go. It's great. I love it. We now have, if you notice, a fully charged jetpack, I should say. So it took forever to charge up, just simply because it does take 48 million, and this charger we've got over here is not fast. This thing right here, the charging station. If you notice, it carries 1,000,000 FE, which is great, but you need that 48 times to fill this up. So I just sort of like chunk loaded the area and left and did stuff, and that's pretty much what I've been doing off camera here for you. So it's just been a very trying week and a lot of things. So I do apologize for bugging out on you guys, but I did sort of switch this up a little bit. I hate the fact that this has to be a 2x2 because now it's off center, but that's okay. So this room's going to be sort of our Twilight Forest room. If you may notice, I've got some of the mushrooms over here. I've got some various different saplings and flowers that you find in the Twilight Forest. This little potted fiddlehead, and then the torchberries and the root strands hanging from the ceiling up here. And then also these really cool jars. This is a firefly jar. And this is a cicada jar. Now, I'm from the American Southwest. We've got cicadas. Fun cicada facts for everybody. So, cicadas hibernate. And this is for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about. Mostly those of you in Europe and elsewhere. The United States, I think you all get it because a lot of people grew up with the things, especially if you grew up in the South or the Southwest. But cicadas hibernate for up to 17 years. So and we've even mapped this out. There's like different swarms of cicadas all about the United States. And all of them have different hibernation periods, some of them up to 17 years. And it's different swarms that have the different hibernation periods. So sometimes, I love that sound. That sound is so nostalgic. It just takes me back to growing up in Arizona. It really does. Let me back up a little bit so I'm not being drowned out by the cicadas because they are loud. So every 17 years or so, a new swarm pops out and the other ones go into hibernation. I think it's as little as 3 years, as much as 17 for all these different cicada swarms that we've identified across the nation. So I remember growing up, we had 2 swarms that would sort of alternate hibernation periods. They'd be awake for two or three summers, and then they'd just go to sleep for years. And you could even tell the difference between the slightly different sounds of the cicadas are different sounds of those different swarms, which is really interesting. But there'd be summers I remember growing up, I'd go out in the backyard, and all along the garage was nothing but cicada husks. Because cicadas, of course, they wake up, they breed, the grubs go out and latch onto a solid surface where they molt and turn into mature cicadas. I remember going out there and looking at the side of the garage, and it was just covered from one end to the other in cicada husks. So the fact that there are cicadas in the game with this particular mod in Twilight Forest is really cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know they had cicadas. I've been to the Twilight Forest before, but I didn't ever see these. But now I can have a cicada in a jar, and it does that randomly. So you hear it all throughout the base, and it's so cool. It's very loud if you're right next to it, of course, because you got to talk a little bit louder to be able to be heard over the cicadas, which is lore accurate, I might add. Scientifically accurate. So that's really all I did was I sort of built this room out a little bit. I charged my jetpack up to full, and then I did a little bit of exploring just while I was waiting for the jetpack to charge. But now that I've got the jetpack charged, we can go back over here and take a look at something that we found in the Twilight Forest for our next thing there, and then we're going to do some end busting. But let's go take a look at that first. And as you can see, I've done a little bit of work in this area, so I've got a little path that goes here over to the treehouse. There's a firefly. These just randomly spawn, and you can move them. So, of course, I have 2 of them in here, along with another firefly in a jar and another cicada. So, just very quick, dirty, simple little house that I've made here. We got a little fire pit in the corner. No bed. Actually, no, we do have a bed. Bed's up there on the wall. Doesn't really help, because if you go to sleep in the Twilight Forest, hey, look at that, it's still Twilight. Imagine that. It's the Twilight Forest. Who'd have thunk it? So we've got some fireflies on the ceiling giving us some light. We've got the fireplace that gives us light here. Like if you take off my helmet and wait for the night vision to go away, you can see it's actually fairly well lit just thanks to this campfire and these fireflies that are up here. Come on, night vision. So yeah, not a big change in the way and the lighting in here, just thanks to the campfire and the fireflies. But if you go outside, obviously it's gotten a lot darker. So let's go ahead and let's put this back on, shall we? Now we can actually see. And that over there is our end goal for today, for the Twilight Forest anyway. That is where we are going next. But one of the things I did want to show you, it's over here, that's really interesting, is this little forest. What is that? I don't know what that is, but we're going to find out. This little forest, that is a giant wolf is what that is. Whoa. Look at the darkness effects you get off these trees. Oh, you're not friendly, are you? Okay, you're a ghost wolf. I don't know if I like ghost wolves. Mist wolf, are you going to hit me? No, you're friendly. You're not friendly. Get away from me. Thought you were friendly, but no. Biome locked. Check your advancements. Really? So apparently before we can tackle that, we have to tackle something else. I keep forgetting that Twilight Forest is gated the way that they have it set up. So you have to go through like the Naga boss and then the tower, and then you go over to that. And then there's the glacier, I want to say. Something like that. But we can at least, let's turn on hover. We can at least take a look. Oh my goodness, look at the size of that forest. Wow. But now we can at least get a bird's eye view of everything else that's in here and just take a look around. So, interesting. So I'm going to fly around for a minute and see if I can find that tower. If I can, fantastic. If I can't, we're going in busting. So let's see what we can find here. After flying around for a bit, I did not find the tower that we were looking for, but I did get distracted by loot and a hedge maze. So I took the chance to actually take a look at that a little bit closer, and then flew around a little bit more, found a couple more ruins, but unfortunately was not able to find that particular tower. So, sorry, I guess in busting it is. Well, other than being distracted by loot, I was not able to actually locate that tower. Maybe it's probably around here somewhere and I'm just not seeing it. But yeah, I'll have to come back to that another day. But we did do the first boss, which is cool. But yeah, well, now we have to do the next boss, which is the sorcerer in the tower. Just got to find the tower. And we can't go over and mess with that thing off in the distance or anything else here until we do that, because it is gated progression to get through Twilight Forest. So unfortunately, we're going to have to come back and deal with that another day. But for right now, what I want to do is I want to do some end busting, because I want to get an elytra and some other stuff from the end, from the cities at the end, in the end, and get those put to work for us, because there are a few things there that I would like. So, all right, having said all that, let's go ahead and hop back through. And if you're wondering how I have so many hearts, it's because the latest version of this, which is the 0.45 version, they actually put back in the mod that allows you to gain health from eating different foods. So I've spent a ton of time cooking up just a bunch of different foods, been eating those. So I'm 1 heart away from maximum right now, because I did have the 2 extra hearts from the various trinkets that I'm wearing. But it did force me to create this over here, which is a cooking pot from Farmer's Delight. which is just over a campfire. I think you can put it over the Farmer's Delight stove too. I put it over the campfire because I didn't want to constantly fuel the stove. But it basically allows you to make different recipes than Croptopia gives you. They're much harder recipes because if you go down here and look, so let's say pasta with mutton chop, to give you an example. So this, you need to have raw mutton, some raw pasta, and some tomato sauce, and then a bowl to make this pasta with mutton chop over here. That actually also gives you the nourishment, which gives you like super saturation. So that is something that I did in between episodes as well, was just make this, just so I could make some of those foods to be able to eat those and get some more hearts out of it, which I did. So we're now 2 rows of hearts with one extra in the top row. So yeah, we're pretty well with our armor and our health. We're pretty well set for a while. But now it's time to run to the end. So as you may have noticed, my jetpack is down to 44 million. I used 4 million FE flying around in the Twilight Forest looking for that tower. So yeah, it goes quick. So we're going to have to find this stuff fairly quickly once we get there. So off to the end portal we go. And here we are in our end island area here. And as you can see, this might be one of the worst in island spawns I have ever seen. It is bad. It is only like a couple thousand blocks away from the island, but look, there is nothing out here. It is just desolate. So we're going to try going east to start and see what happens. So, east. Am I headed east? I am. So we'll head east and see what we can find. Quick trick for those of you who are doing this, either in a modded or non-modded, turn your FOV to Quake Pro and then have 32 chunk render distance. So that way you can see everything. Now, granted, obviously it's going to take a while to load in, but you can at least see everything out here a little bit better with your higher field of view. Can make you sick, so just be cautious of that. It isn't nice on the stomach, especially when, if you're like me and you're twitchy and you do this a lot, which is probably making some of you sick just watching this. So I'll stop. Well, this might be helpful. Let's take a look. Let's turn off. Hang on. You know what? Let's turn off Quake Pro. Let's go back down there, please. Thank you. What I'm hoping is that in this one there is a map to an end city. End city map. Ha-ha! Perfect. Grab some more ender pearls. We'll take the clock. Sure, why not? And as you can see, we have indeed found the end city that's on the map. So if you're having problems locating end cities, try to find one of those crashed ships, just like shipwrecks in the overworld. They will have a map to an end city in it, if you're lucky. I was lucky, so we actually got ourselves a map to here. So, fantastic. Let's go kill some shulkers and get some loot. And what we came for. Ta-da! We have ourselves an elytra. Obviously not as cool as in the vanilla game, but still nice to have. So, let's take the end rod. Sure. You know what? I'll take the frame too. What's in the box? That's a lot of stuff. Let's see. What are you? Programming puzzle piece. That's Pneumaticraft. Another spawner agitator. Pressure tube. Another box of eternal closure. That'll be good decoration for our graveyard. An iron knife with bane of arthropods. Because why not? Some source gems. And then an unbreaking pickaxe. And an XP3 boost at pickaxe. Nice. Very cool. What's in this box? Oh my goodness. 6 diamonds, mending diamond leggings. Nice. This would be some fantastic loot. Just the vanilla stuff be fantastic loot to find in one of these. But as it stands, let's go ahead and just take all of this. And we're already filling up. And of course we can't forget, if it will ever break, the dragon head. Get some more of these end rods, and we'll go over and loot the rest of this. Alright, what do you have in store for us today? A pile of shulkers. Well, if I had worse armor, I'd worry about this, but I don't, so I'm not going to. And you're done, and you're done, and your buddy here, ow. He's done. He's teleported. You're done. Where'd you go? You went over here. As you may notice, it's very hard to maneuver with this thing sometimes. It is very touchy. I think that's all of them. Did we get them all? We got them all. Except for the ones outside. But nice. Alrighty. We lose any loot or anything? Nope, doesn't look like it. Cool. Speaking of loot, what's in the box? Ooh, just with shimmer. Ooh, sharpness 4. Hey, I kind of needed that, but I was trying to get Totem of Void Undying. Ooh, well, that's handy. Stopworm. Source berries. Another backpack. That's cool. Another loot capacitor. And in this one, we've got a saddle. We've got an iron pickaxe with mending and XP boost. Fantastic. Another one of those. Iron ingots. Another logistics core. Mender pearls. Sweet. It's not great loot, but we'll take it. All done now. And in this box, we have another lucky scarf. An advanced magnet upgrade. Okay, cool. Protection, soulbound, unbreaking, and mending. Yes, yes. Take it. More compressed iron. I don't need the... Well, you know, I don't have any of these yet, so we'll take them just in case. And some more wooden gears, sure. It's so nice to be able to hover and just get these shulkers on the outside, because usually you have to sit back and find them and then use your bow to get them in vanilla. Just having this jetpack makes life so much better. And the hover on your jetpack actually will negate the shulker bullet effect too, so the hover will actually keep you from floating away, which is really, really nice. Alright, who's left out there? No one. Cool. There's no chest in here. Alright, well, grab the inner chest. Oh, there. Remember, the pack's in beta. This is not a bad haul either. Another nebulous heart. That. Oh my god. Allows the wearer to swim in the air for a limited period of time. Press left ship on the air to start swimming. That's fantastic. Another iron knife with XP boost. Absolutely. Ooh. Aria Biblio. Another one of those. And another totem. Those suck. Auto smelt. Interesting. Okay. Sweet. Hello. Goodbye. So just going through there, as you can see, we've picked up another one of these waystones I found actually in a little tower out there. But we've got a whole bunch of stuff just from one end city here. So we've got some diamond gear. We've got our elytra, of course. We've got some gold, some diamonds, some, ender chests, artifacts, all kinds of fun stuff out of here. So, but one of the things I do want are the blocks this is made of, because there are certain things in this pack that you need... you need these blocks for. So I'm going to go ahead and just steal some of these while I am here. Oh, I heard that. I thought I got everyone. Oh, nope, I didn't get you. Open up. And all done now. Ooh, and you dropped another shulker shell. Sweet. God, that's so satisfying to be able to insta-mine, like, end blocks. That's so cool. All right, you. Don't forget my shulker shell. Nice. Now we've got a good selection of purple blocks. We've got a fair amount of endstone bricks. Let's just grab some endstone while we're here, because I think that's another thing that there is a few things that take endstone as far as recipes go, other than just like, obviously chorus fruit. What is that? Have I seen this before? Anglicite ore, huh? What do you drop? Anglicite. Something for extreme reactors. Oh, it's reactor fuel. Excellent. What just hit me? Did that shulker bullet from... Wow, that's pretty impressive, dude. I gotta say, I gotta give you props for that one. That's actually been pretty successful. So let's... oh, hey. There's another one of those inn ships over here. Maybe we can find a second inn city. Oh, that's dangerous. Dude, really? Oh, I made the Enderman mad. What's in the box? Oh, man. This item is currently only used to get mob heads. Well, you know what? You're in a really unfortunate place, buddy. Aw, he didn't drop his head. Ooh, end ship. Here we go. Well, sort of an end ship. Looks like it's mostly buried. Garbage loot. Real garbage tier stuff right there. Hey, look, it's a busted portal. with a really cool banner. Yeah, we're going to have to take that. The advancement has been made. The useless portal. And can confirm is in fact useless. But does have loot. Let's see. A bunch of gold. Okay. I'll definitely take the gold. Yeah, let's clear out our inventory real fast. Alright, so what are these things worth? Shot 4, blast protection 4, curse of binding. Mending, yes, absolutely. Always grab mending stuff. We'll take the bell. We'll take the crowd obsidian, sure. Rest of this stuff. Got another ender. And some iron. Sure, we'll take all that. Nice. Oh, and this banner. And another one of these. Yeah, go get him. Go get him. Get him. Get him. Get him. Take him out. Good job. Good job. All right, let me go ahead and just disable this thing because I do not need an endermite spawner. What's on the box? Anything good? Ooh, we got mellow high. This isn't the worst loot I've ever seen. Definitely not the best, but we'll take it. You know, statistically, I should have just lucked into another city by now, but yeah, it's pretty barren out here. Oh, here's another ship, I think. Yeah, half a ship. Maybe this has a map. We'll find out, I guess. Hey, map. Fantastic. And we'll take that. And wow, that's a lot of book and quills. What are you? Loyalty and sharpness. Don't need either of those. That might be the most pitiful end city I've ever seen. But there is another boat behind us, so maybe we can get one that's a better end city. I hope, because this is not at all what I want. We'll just throw that map away. Let's just go loot it real fast. Ooh, actually, it looks like we've got 2 boats. Well, let's see if either of them have a map. And this may have a map. Let's find out. It does have a map. Fantastic. Please tell me the map doesn't just lead us to the same end city that we were just... No, it doesn't. Or does it? Nope, it leads us to the exact same end city. That's fabulous. That's fantastic. Love it. Hey, there we go. Materializing out of the fog as an end city. Fantastic. And this is actually this is a really good end city too. Nice. Very cool. All right, first things first, let's take out the ship. And the elytra. Woot. All right, ship's done. Let's go get us some loot. I have so much loot, I'm having to actually pull out my old backpacks to put this stuff in. That's how much loot I have at this point. So. Another one down. And another one down. Another one bites the dust. Hey. Always take the ender chest. I've come for your loot. Ah, away he goes. Ow. Jerk. And that is that end city cleared completely. So nice. We have a ton of loot. We have so much loot. I need to go home and sort all this stuff out. So I'm going to head back to my portal, which is off to the south here. And yeah, we're going to go home and sort everything out and see what we've got. And now that we're back at home, we can actually take a look and see what we got with all of our various loot. So in this diamond shulker box that I've got here, I have all of the, I'd say, important stuff that we picked up. Obviously, I'm not including like the iron, the gold, that kind of stuff I didn't put in there, like the blocks I didn't put in there. But what I did put in here was all of the gear we got, which is a ton. Of course, we got the 2 elytra, the 2 dragon heads. We got some emeralds. We've got a number of enchanted books. We got 4 of these Totem of Void Undying, some saddles, a name tag, 2 music discs that I didn't have before, which is the Mellow High and the Aria Biblio, which we're going to have to actually try out the Aria Biblio and see exactly how it sounds. The Rendingale and the Ender Staff, obviously, definitely go in there as well. So yeah, we got a ton of stuff, including 4 more Ender chests, which we can use to create advanced Ender chests or Ender tanks to be able to move items around throughout the world, which we'll probably get into at some point. And 66 shulker shells. Now, the shulker shells can be used for a number of different things, one of which is creating the green heart canister for our bobbly our bobbly heart necklace that we've got. So that will give us a third heart canister to give us another extra heart. We can do a shulker box and a chest, which I found that just interesting. Obviously, you make shulker boxes out of the shulker shells, but you can do other things with them too. Like we can make crushed shulker shells in silent gear. I'm not exactly sure what that gives us, but apparently we can make this Tyrian steel, which is very interesting stuff. And look at the durability on this is ridiculous. It's like 3,600. Which is amazing. I think your harvest level on this, where's the harvest level? Harvest level is 5. So this is like a super alloy right here. Still not as good as the stuff from Mystical Agriculture, though, which is unfortunate. Obviously, the nebulous hearts, we can do things with, like we can make interdiction torches. We can, there's one thing in particular here that I wanted to actually make at some point that I believe took this. The Magic Bane sword, which is interesting. You can also make the Ender Staff out of the hearts themselves. Void Tears, which I believe you need for like things like the Emperor's Chalice and a few other things. Like the Emperor's Chalice is an infinite water bucket if we want to actually just use that instead. But you can make a bunch of stuff out of Reliquary. You can make with these Void Tears, like the Glacial Staff that shoots snowballs. The Touchstone of Midas that repairs gold items, which I just found that hysterical. And a bunch of other stuff that you can make with this too. So like the Nebulous Hearts are always good to have. But yeah, and then we've got some equipper with some arrows in it. But yeah, I think that's actually it's a pretty good haul for only 2 Ender cities too. Only 2 End cities. So not a bad haul at all, if I do say so myself. So I'm going to sort some stuff out. We're going to get all this stuff ground down into its various different components, rip some enchants off, and then that's basically pretty much it for today's episode. So I know we did quite a bit. We went to the Twilight Forest. We went around there. We took out the Naga, which is the first boss in the Twilight Forest, which was an insanely fun fight, even though it was very short, and I didn't really have to worry about dying because I've got this amazing armor and weapons. And then we went to the end. It did some end busting. It did a few things in between as well. So I think we actually did everything that I had on my little list over here. We got the Jetpack, we did the Twilight Forest, or at least got started on it, and we did some end busting. So yeah, I think we've had a pretty full episode, and I've had a really good time making this episode, even though it took me a while to get out. Just over the course of like a couple of days originally, and then of course I had to take a few days off for health reasons, basically, which sucks. But it is what it is. Hopefully soon we'll have these problems ironed out, I hope. But I do hope you enjoyed today's episode. I do hope you enjoyed the Twilight Forest and watching me do some end busting with our brand new Emerald Jetpack that we have. And I hope you're looking forward to the next episode where I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. I might go see about taking on that ancient city that I found when I was looking for the end, because I've never actually raided one of those, and I'm curious to see what all is in there. I know there's armor trims and shards and a few other things from vanilla, but I'm not sure what they've added with modded in here. So we'll have to go back and check that out and see. And we've got plenty of wool to be able to do it carefully. But I do hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had a good time. Please feel free to leave a like and subscribe on the way out the door if you are not already subscribed to the channel. But if you don't want to subscribe, hey, you know what? I'm just glad you were along for the ride here today. I do this for fun. I do this for entertainment. I do this for stress relief and therapy. But having more subscribers always makes me feel good, because it makes me feel like I'm doing my job. So, but whatever you do tonight, make sure you go out, play some games, have some fun. I'll see you all again real soon. Have a good night, everybody.